Is your dog or cat experiencing chronic gut health issues? So, whether that's diarrhea, ear infections, itchiness, yes, those can actually be connected to gut health. However, it's commonly missed because many times we end up just treating symptoms. So, that itchiness, the excess histamine, the bacterial overgrowth, or the yeast overgrowth. But those are all secondary symptoms of a problem that's gone wrong deeper in the body. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm Dr. Katie Woodley, the natural pet doctor. I'm an integrative holistic veterinarian who's on a mission to make sure you, as the amazing pet parent that you are, feel empowered and confident that you're on the right path to finding and healing the root cause of your pet's gut health issues so that you can truly help them thrive optimally. Now, here's the thing. If you're into holistic information and want more guidance and support, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell to be notified whenever our content goes live each and every single week. Now, here's the thing. I truly believe in testing, not guessing. Now, I know that you may be thinking, I don't live in the States where you're at, Dr. Katie, but that's okay. I do want to make sure you're aware of some of the amazing functional medicine tests that are available now that you can order directly from the companies to help identify where those root causes are so you can find that solution. You can find and heal why your pet's experiencing these recurring symptoms. And unfortunately, a lot of pet parents and even my veterinary colleagues were just not taught to look deeper, to look at those interconnections of what's going on in the body that now has led to that imbalance that's showing up as those symptoms. Those symptoms are frustrating, right? They keep you going back and forth to the vet clinic, spending more money, repeating tests that show you the same thing that don't give you the answer. And it's so frustrating. And if you can't access these tests or order them for whatever reason, just make sure to check out our Better Gut Health Masterclass that's free, where I break down those pillars of health and the foundations that keep a lot of pet parents stuck to get back onto the path of healing. What we're going to go through next is I want to go through some of my top gut health functional medicine tests, when and where I use them and why, so you can better understand, I want to use this, I don't want to use that. This is a great starting place. So give me that thumbs up if you're ready for that. All right. So I wanted to share my screen with you so you can see this is a download from our Better Gut Health program, which is a self-paced program that goes through these individual tests and when and where you would use them. But the number one thing that we start with in our Healthy Holistic Pet for Life Blueprint, which is my intimate mentorship program with pet parents like yourself who are experiencing gut health problems, is we start with a hair tissue mineral analysis test. The reason we start here, this first test right here, number one, is that we can actually look at your pet's cellular health over the past 3 months. We can see vitamin and mineral deficiencies along with heavy metals that may be showing up as things like itchiness, diarrhea, that aren't truly allergies, and you may be treating the wrong thing. One of my patients, Cole, is a dog that came to me with chronic skin issues, itchiness, ear problems, and they had been treating like it was allergies. And the thing is that we did a hair tissue mineral analysis test, and it actually uncovered a ton of heavy metals. So now we're on a detox program. We're on supporting digestion, making sure he's on an appropriate meal plan to support the nutrients that are needed for proper detox and digestion to help him. And it's a journey. It can take time. But if we hadn't done some of these important tests, like the hair tissue mineral analysis test, we wouldn't have uncovered that. So that was really eye-opening to see, and I'll share with you his results also so you can take a look at Cole's test results too, and how kind of astronomical they were and eye-opening. Now, the second test that I recommend in terms of a functional medicine test is Innovative Pet Labs. They do stool tests where you can order the test directly from them, and you send in the stool from your dog or cat, and we get an idea of overall gut function. So this is not looking at the bacteria that's in the gut, but it's actually looking at like the function. How well are things working? That ecosystem, that gut lining, digestion, the local immune system, because a lot of times those are struggling and we're not fully digesting food. We might have an inappropriate immune response, and all those are going to give us puzzle pieces that we then can put together to identify where things are off. So then we know what foods, nutraceuticals, and supplements to actually use to heal the gut terrain. So this complements some of the other tests that we'll talk about, like the microbiome test, where if we're only focused on the microbiome, we're missing a bigger piece of the puzzle of the entire ecosystem that's actually struggling and needs to be healed too. The next test that we recommend for pet parents is Affordable Pet Labs. And this is a company that's growing across the US. It may not be available in your area, but I definitely recommend looking them up. You can also order things like stool tests. So if you have a chronic gut health issue and we're worried about parasites, you can always order these tests from Affordable Pet Labs. And then you can send in the stool sample and they will actually tell you if you have a parasite issue. They also send technicians to your house to collect blood work. So it's a great option. Now, I always recommend working with your veterinarian. You need your pet's advocate to interpret those test results, especially if you're not in a program like our Healthy Holistic Pet for Life Blueprint program, where I can help guide you on those test interpretations. But make sure you're working with your veterinarian or some holistic practitioner to help interpret what those test results mean. If we're worried about food sensitivities, we've talked about elimination diets in the past if you can't access these tests, but NutriScan is my go-to. So that way we can see, are we feeding something that might be aggravating our dog or cat's gut that's causing either itchiness because of the gut-skin access, or is causing inflammation in the gut, leading to things like diarrhea or vomiting. And then we have our animal biome tests. So they have doggy biome, kitty biome. These are test kits that you can order yourself as the pet parent, send in a stool sample, and this is going to look at the microbes in the gut. So this complements the Innovative Pet Lab test really well. And what we're looking at here is, do we have lack of diversity? If we don't have enough of the right types of bacteria, or we don't, sometimes we have none of them because we've been on multiple rounds of antibiotics, immunosuppressives that have essentially wiped out those microbes, or lots of toxins, glyphosate, pesticides, herbicides, heavy metals can also impair and impact the gut microbiome. We need to know, because we need to repair that. We need to replace it. And there's gut restore capsules that help do that. But especially for things like acid reflux, if we have an overgrowth of E. coli, a pathogenic bacteria, we need to address that, or you're going to stay stuck with kind of trying all these different supplements and not getting anywhere. If you've been there like that, let me know in the comments. Just drop like a number 1 if you've been there, because I guarantee you, you're not alone. There are lots of pet parents who are trying different things. We end up with supplement graveyards. That's why these tests are really helpful. So we're not guessing, we're testing, not guessing. And then also too, we know that the oral microbiome is closely connected to the gut microbiome. And if we have a lot of periodontal disease or dental disease, gum inflammation, infected teeth, we're going to have problems because those microbes can actually go to the gut and create an imbalance there. So Basepaws and Animal Biome actually have oral microbiome test kits that you can use to get a better idea if we have pathogenic bacteria. Are our pets more prone to dental disease? We also have a YouTube video that you can check out there that we will link to for learning more about the oral gut health microbiome connection. And then if you're worried about things like pesticides, herbicides like glyphosate, so that's Roundup, which we are all exposed to. Unfortunately, it is quite widespread. It can increase inflammation. It directly impacts and impairs the microbiome. There are test kits that you can do to test for it. It's a urine test kit, so you can go to the Health Research Institute HRI labs. We've shared a lot of the research that they've done that showcase how high the glyphosate levels are in pets, especially when they are fed on kibble diets, because of the types of ingredients that go into the kibble. They're increasing the exposure to our pets because of that. This can cause things or potentially lead to conditions like bladder cancers, gut health issues, allergies. So this can be a great complementary test if you're able to do that and get a better idea. Where do we need to support those detox pathways and use things like binders to help bind to those toxins to remove them from the body so they don't get stored? And then one of the final functional medicine tests that I typically use a lot with my clients is through a company called VDI Labs. They have a lot of different functional medicine tests, from vitamin D testing, which is important for assessing the immune system, to your specific gut health tests, a blood test to help differentiate if we have something like a GI, like a gastrointestinal cancer, like lymphoma, or if we have something like inflammatory bowel disease, which can be a nice test to start with to potentially get a better idea versus going straight to things like biopsy that requires surgery and anesthesia, which can be really hard on the pets if they are sick. So this is a non-invasive test that we can do, and they can mail these test kits to owners in the US. So definitely look into VDI, talk to your veterinarian, share these resources with your veterinarian also, because I know years ago, I wasn't familiar with these test kits either. So if we can help share this and educate and allow them to see that there are other options out there to help us dive deeper and find the root cause, it benefits everyone. So I hope you found that information helpful. If you did, make sure you hit the like and the subscribe and the bell to get notified each time we release new content. Once again, you don't have to do all these tests, or if you can't access them, please know that there are still ways to help heal and support your pets and find the root cause to truly heal them at the root cause level versus just treating symptoms. But it's very helpful when we test and we don't guess. It can speed up that healing process and the journey that you're on. And if you need further guidance and help in interpreting those tests or getting that path moving forward through a supportive community, through me guiding you and helping to illuminate where we need to go and what may be missing, make sure you schedule a free discovery call to learn more about our Healthy Holistic Pet for Life Blueprint program. So I can see if it's even a good fit for what you're looking for, where I learn more about your journey, your story, what you've tried, and where you're hoping to go to make sure I can even help in the first place. So there's a link for that discovery call down in the description before, and make sure to share this with another pet parent and especially your veterinarian so that they can learn about some of these other tests so that they can then share this with their other clients too. And together we can learn and grow, and we can do the best that we can with the knowledge and information we have at that time. So thank you so much for taking time to learn more about gut health testing and how we can find the root cause, so that way we can actually treat and heal at a deeper level rather than keeping at a superficial level and only treating the symptoms of our pets' gut health issues. I'm Dr. Katie Woodley, the Natural Pet Doctor. Take care.